Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to check out the Kingroon Green PLA in this very confusing box. Let's check it out. All right. As you can see, it appears it's upside down, but there's the top of the box. So I really don't know which way is the top. To me, this looks like the bottom. But so keep dry, keep away from heat. Flammable. ROHS. Nothing on this side. Nothing on this side. Nothing on this side. On this side, we have PLA and ABS. 1.75 millimeter or 3. We have a red, orange, tender green, dark blue, light white, magic blue, black, pink, lemon yellow, emerald green, sky blue, off-white, magic red, PBAT, highlight, purple, orange, yellow, army green, gray, jade, transparent, and fluorescent. In English and Chinese, and none of them are checked. So yeah. All right, what's on the top? 3D printer filament, made in China. Kingroon PLA 3D print, 2.2 pounds, 1.75 millimeter, green. 3D printer filament, color PLA 1.75 green. Print temp 195 to 220 C. Hotbed temp 0 to 60 C. Has a serial number and a QR code. Let's go over to the Amazon page before we open it up. Maybe. All right. You can check it out there. They've got a good selection of colors. Appears to have gone back up in price. I paid $16.99 for this. Not a bad deal. I have used some other of the G-Tech. It's been some of it's been really good. Some of it's been needed a little more tuning than I would have cared for, but we will find out. So let's go back to the desk. All right. At the top, or side, or bottom. First view inspection of the winding looks good. And nothing in the box. All right, we have Kingroon 3D printer filament, PLA, net weight 1 kilogram, print temp 195 to 210. Is that the same the box said? No, box says 220. Spool says 210. Who do I believe? No heat, 60 to 80 degrees. Over here says 0 to 60. Okay. Same thing, appears to be in Spanish though. I'm not going to embarrass myself. Share your prints with us. Although us is in capital, so I figure that's the United States. With the QR code there. Let's see what we got on the back. 3D printer filament. Color PLA 1.75 green. Okay. Print temp 195 to 220. Hotbed temp 0 to 60. ROHS. Well, that is confusing with the same QR code. That is confusing. It's not reassuring, guys, when we see two different temperatures on the same spool. I can even understand on the box and the spool being different. I get that, but yeah, that's... All right, is there an easy tear? Yes, there is. Oh. That's probably the smallest gel pack I've ever gotten. That's cute. All right. Plastic spool. It's definitely deformed a little. Check that out. See where it's been crushed a little bit right in here. The winding is nice. Not absolutely perfect, but close enough. It's kind of weird. It's all situated on one side, but I've had that before. All right, let's pull it out. Let's see what it smells like. Huh? I don't know how to describe that. It smells slightly familiar. Definitely the green's giving something. Oh, and the first thing, right off the bat, that's already broken off. Let's check that. It's not a good sign that it is at the very end, but being vacuum packed, we shouldn't have any water issues. Well, that's better. Not breaking. All right. Oh boy, that one's even harder. Okay, yep. Even I can tell the difference. Every time I go back, it feels even more and more firm. It's already pretty decently strong now. Especially for PLA. There we go. Yeah. There's definitely a little bit of moisture issue there at the end. Probably before it got packaged. But, you know, we'll deal with it. Let's do some measurements. Completely inaccurate calipers. Says 0. All right. Yeah, 1.6. 1.6. 1.6. 1.6. 1.5. No, 1.6. 0.6. It feels nice and uniform. 1.6. Yep, we're going to say that's pretty consistent. Do the spool. All right, it does have the double holes, which there and there, and nice little sight lines. Looks really good through the spool. Makes me want to print something green and black. I'll tell you that, especially with the big old green sticker. All right. So we're gonna go stick this on a printer. We're gonna print a calibration cube, a Stacko Cat, and a Benchy, as always. And we'll come back and we'll check out the results. Let's see what happens. All right, we are back, everybody. Let's check out the results. Move my chair up here and keep this from rolling off the table. Not going to happen. All right. Unfortunately, my time lapses webcam failed in the middle of the print, so they're pretty much garbage. So we can't check them out, but they all printed fine. App printed fine. So we'll start with the calibration cube. See, looks pretty good. Pretty good. Edges are sharp. No real sagging. No zits. Bottom looks great. Came out really nice. Pretty much 99.98% perfect. I cannot complain. It's really nice green. It's a little more vivid than this camera showing. Really got to work on getting this color up a little. It's not really like a grass green. It's a little lighter. It's darker than it looks here, but it's definitely lighter than your normal green. Do like it. Looks way better in person than on camera. All right, let's go on the Stacko Cat. Edges are sharp. No zits. Tail came out perfect. Feet came out perfect. No adhesion issues. The one thing I can say is there's just a couple little points of under extrusion. They're so small you can barely see them. Probably easiest right here on the back, at least for me. I'm not quite sure why. I would think if there was some leftover filament, because I do believe I had PETG in the printer beforehand. And where are you going? Get back over there. The first one I printed, which was the calibration cube, I always print these in order of calibration cube, Stacko Kitty, and then a Benchy. I figured I would have seen it on the cube, but I do not. So I'm not sure why that happened. I didn't reprint it. It is so minor. No one would really notice except for someone who 3D prints. It is so minor. Besides that, Kitty is absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect, especially the tail. Absolutely smooth and perfect. Edges are sharp. Little bit of rounding on one edge, but as I've said previously, that's definitely in a cooler. You probably see right around the bottom of the tail here, right in here. So, not quite sure what caused that. I printed this at, I believe, 210 degrees, 60 on the heat bed, 20% infill, at all three of these at 100 millimeters. And, of course, now to the benchy. Nearly perfect. Once again, on this model, a little bit of a line right here. But then also, it's not as smooth down here. And then you can visibly feel it raise up, like almost like it under extruded all down here. And then once it got to about in here, it was fine again. I'm not sure what that's about. Also down in here, you can definitely see some more of those little pock marks. I think that's what I'm going to start calling them, because they look like my face. Pock marks where it was definitely under extruded. But here on the front, the cooling looks fine. Continues onto the back. Letters on the bottom came out perfect. Back came out really nice. I can't read it. Probably a little bit of ghosting in there, but came out really nice. Smokestack is perfect. Porthole, perfect. Archways, perfect. Front window, perfect. Front holes, perfect. Yeah. Pretty perfect. It's a nice shine, smooth shine and finish on it. So I really like this green, actually. I am a little concerned about the under extrusion, so I think I'm going to reprint all these again at some point, just to see if I have that, or, you know, just print some other things. It's very strange, especially going from PETG to PLA. I could see that if there was still some PETG residue left over in the nozzle, but the fact that the first thing I printed had no issues, I highly doubt it. So once again, this is the Kingroon Green PLA. Check it out on Amazon. If you've used it, let me know. If you've had better results, worse results, let me know. As always, I'll catch y'all next time with another filament review. We'll keep going down this path, see what happens. Y'all have a good one.